this. Bridget, you awake?
Should I put this on?
I don't know. I don't think it matters. Does it? I think you should put it up over your head. Put it up like a hood. No, like that. Bridget, I want you to do the whole performance like that with just a little hole in your face sticking out. Would you do that?
Headless.
Well, this is how most people are used to seeing people anyway. So we should just do the whole show with the mask on.
Wait, well, no, that's not like when you travel. I know. I've seen when you travel to Dubai, that's how you have to dress. Right? Yeah. You ever been to Dubai, Bridget?
Not yet. It's on my list of places to go with all my children for funsies.
You're going to Dubai for fun.
With my 3 children. That just sounds like a good time.
I hear it is wicked hot there. I know somebody, I had somebody trying to hook me into going there once. They were like, come on, we're going to go here and you're going to do a presentation and people are going to pay a lot of money for it. I'm like, I don't know. That seems like an awful far place to drive to. To fly to. I don't think I could drive there.
At least Zoom with the person first. Yeah.
I don't know geography that good. Is there a way you could drive to Dubai?
No.
What if you had a vehicle that you could drive anywhere? Like, could I drive to is it possible for me to get to the Arctic Circle and then go down through Europe on bridges and stuff?
If you've got a Tesla, it's possible. Okay.
I'm going to go, Stephen, get out your globe. Get out your globe and look at your globe. Somebody tell me, is it possible? See, if he comes back with a globe,
I wish I did. There's no globes in here.
Can somebody out there tell me, is it possible to drive from Florida to Dubai? Like, if I could drive a vehicle that could go anywhere, like if it can, not over water, that's cheating. I want to be able to drive.
What about ferries?
I don't even want to take a ferry. Is it possible? Somebody says, well, it's Amy. Amy says, I couldn't see who it was.
Like, that's your wife, Chris.
You're like, who said maybe in a rocket ship?
She says maybe in a rocket ship. Oh, wait, but Amy too. She says maybe in a rocket ship. I want to drive to Dubai. So I want to know, can I drive like from here up through Canada to the Arctic Circle and then down through Europe, or are all those things not connected?
Larry's out here being an entrepreneur with, if there's a will, there's a way.
There's a way.
Like, what an entrepreneur.
He just doesn't stop. He always sees a way to overcome obstacles.
Yes, he does.
Especially when water's involved.
Well, Larry would bring his water machine and he would be like, okay, we're here at the Arctic Circle.
Going to Dubai.
Steven's impersonating Larry, but he's never seen Larry. Larry, for some reason, he puts his camera really down low, and he's like this. And he would bring his water thing, and he would spray the water out, and it would freeze, and then we could drive over it.
With our Tesla.
Yep.
Why are we doing it? Why are we doing this in a Tesla? Who's coming with us?
I don't know. Steven Steffen said Tesla, and I just
said a Tesla. I said if you're in a Tesla, you can get there, but I'm just kidding. But I would love to be in a Tesla and if they're voice activated, say like, all right, car, take me to Dubai. And it just to see what it does, like to see if it starts to freak out. Like,
is that true? You can tell a Tesla where to drive you to?
I don't know. I know they're self-driving. I don't know anything about it. In the comments, guys, if you've got a Tesla, if you know, can you tell it to go someplace and it just goes there?
Yeah. If you're here for the performance tonight, we need information.
Yeah.
Elon, can you drive from Florida to Dubai? If you really
have there?
And will the Tesla drive us there?
And for anybody that knows anything about Teslas, can you get into a Tesla and say, drive me somewhere? Don't tell Amy, don't tell my wife that. She will literally go get in that thing and say, drive me as far away from here as possible.
With my children too. Oh, Kyle says yes. Kyle would know.
Kyle has a message for Steven. Steven says, looking good. That's very nice.
You're looking good, Kyle.
Yep.
So, Larry wants to do a road trip with us to Dubai.
Yeah, Larry's going to drive across the ocean when the ice is over.
Martinez, he says, I drove one. Sick car.
Guys, I'm getting hot now.
Welcome back. Yeah. Okay. Well, so, hey, listen, welcome. Here we are Wednesday night. Again, it's our time together. We kind of talk about business. We kind of just screw around a little bit, but we're going to actually probably get pretty serious today. Look who's checking in. Stephanie Kunkel.
Hi, Stephanie
Kunkel. It's checking in. Very nice. We had well over 100 points of participation last week. Bridget has
Bridget actually brought 2 coffee cups to the next live.
She's making up. She didn't have one last week. If she drinks, she might be drinking yours.
Incredible.
She might be drinking yours.
Cheers.
Oh, look what Steven's got. Let's all just cheers. Let's all just cheers really
Cheers.
quick. And,
I can cheers you both at the same time.
I don't know, guys. I am so hyped tonight. I am just so absolutely hyped. I am on fire. My energy level is just like I don't know. It's hard to describe this energy that I've got. And
It shows the color of your face.
Why is my face so red? Look at this. Will be better. Is that better?
You look.
See, is that better if I use the white light?
Well, do that instead. Now you look closer to our pasty color, Steven, Stefan, and I's.
I was on a meeting today. Listen to this. I was on a meeting today, and I'm pitching to this prospect, and halfway through, she literally just stops and she goes like this. You're so tan. I'm like, what do I even do with that? I don't even know. Like, I'm like, okay, but
you're like, you too can become tan and more visible.
Yeah, you're like, I'm this tan because I built my own business.
I'm like, I might be tan, but do you have a credit card? Can I send you a payment link?
You're like, if you're tan, you get more visibility.
It helps me get more clients. So so I'm kind of on fire tonight. I'm kind of hyped up. I've been hyped up all day. And Larry comes back. Larry's
actually went to drink this drink and went the.
And we got people just checking in and saying hello. But there was something that I wanted to bring up to you guys today. And hey, listen, it's not all rainbows around here. It's absolutely not all rainbows around here. And I can tell you this: there are people right now whose businesses are going to fail in 2021.
It's just true.
It's a fact. It is just a fact of nature. It is a fact of business. Larry thinks he's glad that you have a backup mug.
That's what I do, Larry.
Yep. People have. Let's just jump back. Let's rewind a year because it was, we're coming up on the year anniversary of everything that's going on, and so let's rewind and go back a year. Things went crazy. People, were going around not knowing what's going on. And so a whole bunch of people started businesses last year. And a whole bunch of people, and what happened, Bridget? You've been a coach for years, but what happened? Everybody on the face of the earth became a coach.
100%.
Right? I mean, how, everybody seems like they become a coach, which is fantastic if there's something that you can coach. You know what? Stephanie's here. Stephanie has this core competency that she's going to be able to help people with, and she knows it, and that's fantastic. Larry, nobody knows what this guy does.
he just gets people the best water on the planet.
I'm going to take a picture of Larry in the networking meeting this week so that you guys can all see. He sits, camera's way down.
Relaxed individual. He just goes, change your water, change your life. And
that's Larry's whole pitch. Larry,
yes.
you have 30 seconds for your pitch. Change your water, change your life.
Mic drop. Boom. That's it.
Listen, so many people started businesses last year. But the sad truth is, unless you're very careful, your business is going to fail. Unless you're extremely careful, unless you are doing the right things all the time, especially in that first year, and especially in a weird year, right? Listen, we're kind of used to it now. We're used to the new way of doing business, but boy, oh boy, you're not careful. So I think I wanted to talk tonight about the 3 signals, the 3 early signals that your business is going to fail in 2021. Because there are, if you find these signals, if you can spot these things early on, you will be able to solve these things, right? And if you're able to solve these things, you can prevent your business from failing. Here's a dude who started his business in 2021, Jonathan Wells. Started his business in 2021, and he's here checking in with us. Eileen Ryan's here with us. She started a whole new business in 2020, and she's going into 2021. June checking in again with her quick hi. June had to change her business in 2020. She's a dog walker, a pet walker. I asked her if she would come and walk my hamster one day.
Nice.
Because recently my daughter asked if we could get a hamster. And so my daughter got a hamster, and what that really means is Amy and I got a hamster.
Yeah.
So I asked June if she would come watch my hamster, and she said no. And I said, but I have a little harness.
Yeah.
I have a leash this long.
You got in the toy section, you had to get in the toy section.
Yeah. June says she's lost audio. Can everybody else hear us?
Yep.
Can everyone hear us?
If you cannot hear us, let us know.
Yeah, if you can't
one
hear
of us
what I'm
is
saying,
choppy.
please let me know. Can anybody else hear us? Just type it into the chat. Let
Is
us know.
anybody out there?
Can anybody hear me?
I'm just going to keep rolling with this with the presupposition that June, it's a big knob. Turn it to the left.
You know what? Hey, Melissa's checking in. She said her business changed for the better in 2020. And how many of us? Oh, I see you, June. Glad you're here. You can hear us. But really, we found more ways to help more people exponentially in 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, I know about you. Yeah, there are a million coaches because there's a surging need for people to partner with others who want to grow their business, who want to get in the right mindset, who want to develop those strategies, like you said, to not fail in 2021, no matter what those obstacles are. So I feel like everyone can use a coach or someone to partner with to help them out, right?
I think so. I think so. Listen, guys, the sad truth is people's businesses are going to fail. So let's talk about 3, maybe 4 things that you can start to look for to see that this might be an indication that your business is going to fail. I'm going to tell you the one that I hear the most, and I'm so grateful when I'm able to talk to people about this, and it kind of opens up their world when they hear about this. But you are likely to fail at your business in 2021 if you're trying to do too much. And so, I mean, look, if you're trying to do too much, so what are the things that you're trying to do? Oh, I want to be a speaker. I want to get on stage and speak because people think that that's going to grow their business. I want to I'm writing a book. How many people are writing a book right now? Raise your hands if you're out there. We know, right?
I'm writing a book.
Are you really writing a book?
I'm writing 3 trilogies.
9 books.
Yeah.
I want to get on stage. I want to write a book. I'm setting up a funnel. Nobody knows what that really means. I'm setting up a funnel. I'm developing a program, and I'm developing a program, and I'm trying to do group coaching, and I've got 16 clients that I'm trying to service. You're trying to do too much.
You might as well go, I'm trying to burn out. I'm trying to burn out. Add that to your list of things to do. Because
I would love to know, why you guys think people do that. Why do you guys think people fall into that trap of doing too much? I want to know from you guys, Bridget, why do you think people try to do too much?
Well, they're trying to diversify. They're trying to get themselves out there, but what they don't realize is when they do too much, they are just spreading themselves too thin. And you want to channel your creative energy into those things that will add value to you, but add value to your potential clients and the clients that you already serve. So how I get situated is I write up my top 5 priorities. Don't talk about them, write them down.
Yes, you've been listening.
Chris, you and I have talked about this. Yeah. You want to write anything down that you want to manifest in your reality.
Larry wrote a book. It's called Change Your Water, Change Your Life.
And I love that he put the mic emoji.
Look, and listen. But in all seriousness, there are people out here who have written books. Stephanie out there just finished her book. June's almost done with hers. But I will tell you this: I think people get involved in too much for one very simple reason, and I can explain it in 2 different ways. First, people are bored. Okay, people get bored way too easily with what they're trying to. Bridget, you looked frozen for a second. You were literally just holding perfectly still. People get bored way too easily and they lose focus. Now, listen, here's the thing, and not many people know this. Anybody who's worked with me knows this. Your effects of effort become exponential over time. Okay. The effects of your effort become exponential over time. And you're not going to see that big hockey stick curve happen for a long time. And you've got to be able to apply focus consistently with persistence and with belief long after you get bored. But what happens is people get bored right about here before the results start to show, and they're like, okay, I'm just going to try to write a book, or I'm just going to try to speak. And these results are right here. Oh, you're just right about to get there. And I just want to grab these people and go, you're about to explode. But if you get bored and then you think you're going to go try something, you're going to go try something else, what's going to happen is, you're going along, you got this thing, you're almost there. And then you get bored and you reset and you go back to the beginning and you try something else. And then you get here, you're about to, and you get bored again. I see it over and over again. Look at how many people you know that go from business to business to business to business. And it's before they reach massive amounts of success. It is the people who can, with persistence, focus. When you can focus over a long amount of time, that's when you explode. You've got to get that focus. I kind of went on a rant there. But if you can't focus, I guess that's what I'm saying. If you can't focus, if you're getting bored and you're bringing more things towards you, unlike Stephanie, who's trying to get things off her plate, so smart.
Yeah, very smart. Leverage.
If you're trying to bring more things into your life because you're bored, then there is a personal problem inside of you that you need to solve that is being reflected in your business. Go ahead, Bridget.
Sometimes what I found is that boredom is just a reflection of lack of inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Actually just a reflection of lack of motivation, lack of inspiration, ultimately a lack of creativity. People forget, we compartmentalize, we put our business in a box in our mind, and then we lock it up. Business means people. Sales means value. Marketing means messaging. So when you start to break it down and get out of that box, like, oh, this is my personal life, this is my business life, I'm going to put this in this box, then you start to compartmentalize your success. You start to compartmentalize inspiration. You need to figure out ways to get inspired on a daily basis about your business, about how you add value to people. And what that starts with is simple moments, maybe a story that with a client that you've experienced. Maybe you're going to share that in your 30-second pitch tomorrow, right, guys? Maybe you're going to start out with a story, always adding humor and humanity, infusing your business and your life together because it's all connected anyway. That's it. Stephen,
what do you think?
Well, I think that's absolutely true. And I think I love what you talk, a lot you talk about, Bridget, is so mindset focused. And I think the mind plays such a big role in everything that we do in our world, and I think one thing that is so true about any business that you get in, whether these days, even if you're doing underwater basket weaving, it is competitive. It is competitive. So I think if you get your mind right before, and you go in, I hope that everyone can hear me, but if you go in with a competitive aspect and the fact that you're going to learn from your competition, you're not going to be afraid of your competition. You're going to learn from your competition. You're going to spy on your competition. You're going to see the things that you think your competition is doing wrong, the things you think your competition is doing right. I think you're going to have a better time. I'll talk a lot about real estate. I used to work marketing realtors primarily, so I have a lot of experience listening to 200 realtors talk about, and I've heard everything under the sun. One thing I once heard was I had this great question of like, should we add real estate agents as friends on Facebook? Should we even engage with our competition? And it's like, absolutely you should. By not looking at your competition, you're skipping out on great ideas, great inspirations. Don't be afraid of them. And so like, I think getting your mind right for that is super duper important. What do you guys think of that, Chris?
Yeah, listen, I agree. All right, so wrapping up number one. Listen, if you're here and you're looking for early signs that your business is going to fail in 2021, the first one to look at is, are you trying to do too much? Are you taking on way too many things?
Have you not leveraged anything? I meet a lot of business people who have leveraged nothing. I meet a lot of business people who are trying to do everything themselves every day. And you know, I think you know, what do you guys do? Do you guys meet those people? I've met those people. I've been those people. You know, I've been those people.
Yeah,
and
I see people all the time. You're just trying to do too much, and you can't focus on the one thing that's going to drive things forward. And I think that the number, what's another one, Bridget? Give us another thing. What's another sign? What's a signal that someone's business might fail in 2021?
If you have no clients.
That's a good one.
Yeah. If you have no clients, then your business might fail.
That is true. I agree completely. If you don't have some sort of a client acquisition strategy, then your business is going to fail in 2021. If you're relying on networking and referrals, if you're only relying on those things, then you don't have a consistent flow of clients coming to you, because referrals are up and down, networking's up and down. Those things all ebb and flow. You need a plan that is going to consistently bring a flow of new leads to you, and you need a plan to convert those leads into clients. And if you don't have that right now, then you are missing out on the fulfillment of a business that is going to grow, the confidence that you can deliver what you do, the happiness that comes from having a growing business, and ultimately the freedom that results from making more sales.
100%. And also, let's not forget the fact that you got into business because you want to empower people with your message, product, or your service. So you need to find ways, better, more effective ways, better strategies to reach more people, clients, so that you can add value to more people, because that's why you're in business anyway. That's why we're all in business, so that we can add value based on the different skill sets that we have.
Yeah. So
you know what I've seen a lot of is, like, when it comes to clients, like I like to think of something that like sets my, like, you know, ship straight is conversations. If I'm having a lot of conversations and critical conversations with people about business, building business, gaining clients, then I'm probably going to at least be getting some yeses or some nos if those conversations are purposeful enough. What I see a lot of is people do a lot of digital marketing. They do a lot of digital stuff. You know, they do everything but have the conversation. They do everything except that. And so I would say, if you're not having any conversations, if you're like, I built this amazing Facebook page and I make these posts and I do these things and I do the videos that Steven said 4 episodes ago to do, like I do all this stuff, and you're not talking to anybody,
exactly,
then there might be a problem.
Do you want to tag that? I mean, what I was thinking while you were talking was, first of all, that you might be into basket weaving, and I want to know a little bit more about that.
Underwater. I think an old teacher of mine, like a long time ago, used to always talk about underwater basket weaving, and that's why, you know, creative writing is not far from underwater basket weaving. I will tell you guys that.
I kind of believe that. Larry just leveled up and said he does underwater knitting.
Wow.
The reason we're on social media, the reason we're using Zoom and multiple platforms, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, is to reach people. Your marketing is your messaging. And if your marketing is not making you moves in reaching more people, ultimately getting more clients, then you need to just drop it right now, today, and find a new marketing strategy that's going to work for you and start to get you clients right now by dinner. Well,
wow. That's an absolutely fantastic way of putting it. You know, you really do need to have that. And I think a lot of that, and this, you know, client acquisition is much, much more than just, I'm putting stuff out there and people are coming to me. There's actually this huge mindset thing that you need to have for client acquisition to truly work. You know, like if you don't have the right mindset going into this, what you are putting out there in terms of your energy is coming right back to you. It's like Chris Rivera and I talk about this all the time. And here, he's chiming in right now to have a consistent plan for client acquisition. We talk about this all the time, which is, and forgive me for just like being so hyped up tonight, but we talk about the boomerang effect, which is, you throw the boomerang and the boomerang gets bigger as it's out there. And then it comes back to you, with all of this goodness. But if you have, listen, the universe doesn't care. You throw a negative boomerang out there and it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Right. And the universe doesn't care. It doesn't care if you're throwing a positive boomerang or a negative boomerang. That boomerang is going to come back to you, and it's going to be exactly what you put out coming right back to you. And the reality is we all need to be having this mindset that is what we put out comes back 10 times over, 10-fold. And so, we just, that's the biggest part of client acquisition that most people miss is the attitude or the mindset that you put out there. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Totally agree. Well, mindset and strategy is half of the deal. And then you venture into how you're going to exponentially grow in your market. So yeah, you absolutely have to have the confidence. Confidence is 90% of mindset.
Yeah.
So how are you going to get confidence this week? How are you going to partner with confidence? I totally have a really fun, silly strategy, guys, on hiring confidence and motivation and optimism and success and opportunity, but then firing fear, doubt, self-esteem, and visualizing those people as the team that you've hired. What does fear gain you? What does doubt gain you? What do those things gain you?
So then you're visualizing fear as a person that works for you, and they're like a negative influence on the business, and you're firing them. They're
100%, because you really do partner with fear. You ask it what you should do next. How are you going to give this pitch? Should you talk to these people? And in your mind, fear goes, oh no, don't talk.
Is anyone going to care about this? I hear that all the time. Is anyone really going to care about any of this?
Exactly. So you have to unpartner, either break up or fire fear or these other ideologies in your mind so that you can get into that on-ready mode. And the little mindset strategy that I utilize is, okay, if you're going to partner with opportunity, draw an arrow from the word opportunity, and then write the different ways you're going to partner with opportunity. Maybe you're going to do a Facebook Live, and then maybe you're going to co-market or collaborate with someone. Maybe you're going to see what follow-ups you have to do. But when you get into the mindset that you are partnering with opportunity, you have hired them on your team, it's just a way to get on ready and to unpartner with fear and those other negative team players that you fired.
That's absolutely beautiful. And I love the way that you put that, because it really does give a nice visualization for what we all need to be doing. And that is banishing the things that are working against us and giving a promotion to the things that are going to help us. Hey, confidence, you just got a promotion.
Yeah.
Big new corner office for you, confidence.
Right? It's learning the communication that you're having in your internal terrain and figuring out how to clear that clutter and then getting in the on-ready mode and then jumping into strategy and client acquisition.
Guys, you know what a big fan I am of Jay Gilbert, right? You've heard me talk about this guy before. This guy is this guy is a personal hero of mine. And transitively, his grandfather, who I don't even know, but his grandfather gave him business lessons that helped this guy become this icon. Jay is just an absolute icon in the marketing world, but in particular in the music marketing world. If you ever get a chance to look at the wall behind this guy where he sits, he's telling me to stop. I'm not going to stop. You deserve it.
Modest, yeah.
He put the stop it in brackets. I think
I know that's a Chris Prouty brackets right there. Incredible.
That's internet speak for keep going. This guy, like the gold records on his wall, here's and he always quotes this: the harder I work, the luckier I get. Jay inspires me every day, whether he knows it or not. He really does. And every chance I get a moment to talk to this guy, I do, because I always walk away learning something. So, Stephen, as we approach the bottom of the hour, what's the big takeaway for people today? What would you have people walk away from this with?
I would say quality over quantity, guys. You don't have to do so much. I'm the type of person, I am such a do everything. So I try to do everything in the entire universe. And then I have these moments where I have to reel myself in and get grounded again, and don't be afraid to do that, guys. Don't be afraid to do that, because but yeah, that would be my whole thing is quality over quantity.
I'm going to piggyback on that, and I am going to say that in 2021, the first indication that you're going to fail is when you start to do too many things. You don't need a funnel. You don't need to write a book. You don't need to get on stage. You don't unless your whole business is getting on stage, by the way, or you're an author. You just need to trust the process. You just need to trust the process. You need to remove the things that are not immediately generating revenue, and you need to focus on bringing clients to you. And when you start to break, because there are so many clients coming to you, then you've reached a point where now you can write that book. Take the weekends and write that book. Or now you can start to explore, maybe I should put in a funnel to replace some of the activities I'm doing to bring clients to me. But if I'll say it, if you're not breaking, okay? If you're not breaking from the number of clients that are coming to you and you're doing something other than client attraction, client acquisition, you're doing the wrong thing in that moment. And you need to stop and you need to grow the heck up and you need to start getting more clients. It's as simple as that. If you want your business to succeed in 2021, it's time to grow up and realize that you need to get clients consistently and forget about the other stuff that is not immediately driving clients. Oh my gosh, Bridget.
I 100% agree with what both of you said. Get inspired, get motivated, clear the clutter, get rid of these marketing strategies that aren't serving you. Start partnering with success and opportunity. Talk to coaches. Start surveying the market for a coach that would serve your needs to help you get to that next level. Partnership is crucial. Even if you partner with referral partners, whatever it is, make it consistent so that you can stay focused on your goals and make them happen so you can add value to more people in your market.
Stephen, final thoughts?
Final thoughts, guys. We're here. It's 2021. You guys know my word this year is the same as Gary Vee's word, which is perspective. It's all about what you put out there and what you see, guys. So get inspired, look for the good and have those conversations, talk to people, put yourself out there, what's the worst that could happen? But if you put yourself out there, you'll start to experiment and you'll get comfortable and confident with it.
I want to thank everybody for being with us here tonight, our second performance of 2021. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for every single person that joins us. And I'm so grateful for the people who chime in the comments. And when we get superheroes like Jay Gilbert here, it just elevates my mood and makes my day even better. So thank you everyone for coming with us today, coming on board with us today. Realize I speak out of love. I just want your businesses to grow. That's all. Yes. So I'm just, if I see.
For the record, if you fail, that is not the end. That is a learning point, my friends. If you fail, do not worry. That is not the end.
Yeah. So thanks for being here. We're going to be back here next Wednesday. I'm just trying to get these last comments in as fast as I can.
Rapid fire comments.
Jason, one of us a
check
check
is in the mail.
Bridget, as always, you get the final word.
Guys, it's time to get motivated and level up.